to our car or hop into our Uber and they go with us to the dates because they got on a bag, shoes, or heels and a dress that some other dude has bought, and they act like they got it. And
so now we're getting jealous. Another dude bought it, and then all this. Now you're engaged in the sign language yourself. Trust me, it just gets worse. Okay, it just gets worse. I believe him. Look at his face. He's not acting. I believe exactly what he's saying. But this is precisely why modern women. This is why modern men are struggling in the dating scene. And these are sizable books. They are minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3 times author, and those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that.
Because if I'm being for real, most dates are meant.
All right, so let's talk about this video. This is a video where we're gonna try to work within the fair use guidelines here. From 8 at the table, go follow it. I'm gonna react to some videos from there a lot. A gift that keeps giving, great content. Shout out to those guys over there. But let's watch this video. They're talking about 50-50 bill split on a date, and let's see how this conversation plays out. Let's see how this plays out.
His idea.
yes. I agree.
It's a man to be there, because if I'm being for real, most dates are men's idea.
Yes. I agree.
It's a man's idea. So how you gonna be asking me if I'ma pay because I got it? See, you asked me to come outside. You pay the damn bill.
All right, so Ola, this is me right now talking to myself. Ola, you've been out of the game for 15 years. You don't know shit. The game has changed. Right? Is that the part? That's the spot right here, right? The game has not changed. People have not changed much. They may have evolved, social, societal, how we relate with each other may have evolved. We're probably more on social media, more so than 2007 when I got married. Maybe. But humans are humans. This thing is consistent. Oh, by the way, either you're dating, in a relationship, or in a marriage, is the same shit. Game is required. Okay, when I say game, I mean social skills and your emotional intelligence. Okay, that's really what I mean. If your game is all physical, you're going to fail. Okay, you're going to fail because that only lasts for so long, right? If your game is all you know how to get to the bag, you got money, that's gonna fail. How many times have you? Well, the richest people in the world, Bill Gates and what's his name, Jeff Bezos, lost their wife. So I mean that should tell you a lot, right? So there's more. There's obviously more to this. Let's keep going. So a man goes out on a date and we're in a conversation about splitting the bills. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah, you're gonna tell her. You're gonna tell her like, yo, she gotta pay the bill.
Listen,
because the day was trash. She feel the same way about you.
No, she don't.
Yes, she does.
No, she don't.
Yes, she does.
I'm gonna tell you something about me.
You don't think a bad date is gonna be mutual?
Is going back.
Okay, so because it's a bad date, that warrants you asking the young lady to pay for the bills. All right, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Okay, that's straight bullshit. And this is why you're struggling, okay? Young men, that's why you're struggling on the dating scene, because you're actively competing with the ladies. It's just not fair. Anytime you find yourself saying, it's just not fair, you're competing with women. If you're competing with women, it's gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse all the time. Let's keep going.
Bad is not only in your part, it's in both parts. I'm not having fun either. I don't want to pay for that date either because I'm not having fun. That's even worse.
There we go.
So if you're not having fun, she should just split the bill with you. Okay, and that makes it what, even?
Going 50-50 because
we're not going 50-50.
I don't like you and you don't.
Going 50-50.
Oh wait, you went on a date with a person you don't like, or you found out that you don't like them?
Do not like you, and you do not like
but you know what,
Hold on.
Danny? If you even agree to go 50-50, you know it's trash, he know it's trash, and you both not talking to each other no more.
All right, so let me just say this. Any advice, relationship advice, dating advice, relationship advice, marriage advice that has the word both in it is probably bullshit advice, okay? Because there's no such thing as two people coming to the table at the same time and decide to do the right thing. It doesn't exist, okay? Usually, somebody is sowing a seed and the other person multiplies and reciprocates, okay? Somebody is giving first before the other person can receive. And eventually, the dance continues and it becomes more second nature, and then you see what you call, what you may have called, what do you call it? You call it marriage goals, relationship goals, right? It's because somebody decided to give first. Relationship is a place you go to go give and give and give. No more, no less, okay? The moment you engage relationships in the give and take mindset, it's a mindset, okay? You're setting up expectations effectively. That's equivalence, right? Usually that's unrealistic expectations, and the number one thing that's killing relationships and marriages is unrealistic expectations. It's the idea that this person is going to be 100% all the time and do the right thing, right? So it just doesn't work. So now she's saying both. The young lady is saying both. I'm holding everyone accountable on this platform right now. Both, y'all both, y'all both. There's no y'all both, okay? The man is supposed to be leading. The moment the man is not leading, even if the woman actually agrees to not leading, to like, let's just do everything equally. Because some women will come out and say, hey, you know what? I like my man. I like us to be partners and all this kind of shit, right? They will say that. It's still your responsibility as a man to lead, right? You don't need a permission. If you need permission to lead, you fail. She can smell it, she can sniff it, she can sense it. Eventually, she cannot be attracted to you. All right, so let's just say this is a situation like this young man is saying, I don't like you anymore, and I need us to split the bill. All right, words do get around. Not only do words get around, that energy that you're giving into this context right now probably follows you everywhere you go, and you haven't noticed that it's the same energy, and it's the same reason why you're single and why you can't maintain a long-term relationship, provided you want it. Most of you want it anyway, right? Most of you are lover boys, Mr. Nice Guys, that you really want a girl to really like you, but you're capping and you want polygamy. Bullshit. Most of you want a girl, you want to fall in love with a girl. That's just what it is, right? And I will keep calling that cap. Let's keep going here.
So y'all got an even out,
but that's
of the situation.
It depends on the woman, because a woman like me, I'm gonna walk out. The bid is on you. They're gonna stop you. You the man.
I'm gonna leave before you.
No,
Danny.
no, you're lying. I may be like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm out.
Listen, I don't be wanting to make nothing an embarrassing situation.
Do you think if she goes to the bathroom and walks out while you're still sitting, do you think she can get away with that? I don't know. I don't know what that scene looks like today. What do you guys think? If a woman just walked to the bathroom and walk away, can she get away with that while the man is still sitting? I don't know. That's a dangerous game. But again, I'm not listening to the ladies here. I'm paying attention to the gentleman in the middle, and I'm trying to see what is coming out of his mouth right now.
I'm gonna tell you, like, on a real situation, and this is being real, right? This is being real. Mm-hmm. I told you.
You walked out on a date. I know.
No, I never walked out on no date, right? But I'm telling you, I'm not speaking for all men. I'm speaking for what I deem as a high valued man.
Okay.
So as a high valued man, unfortunately, guess what?
Can somebody help me? What does that mean when you say as a high value man? What does that mean? I don't understand. That kind of threw me off for a loop right there. What does that mean? I'm a high value. Does that mean you make money? You make six figures? Is that what that means? I think value is in the eyes of the beholder by the very meaning of value. Let me see what value means real quick. I think it's in the eyes of the beholder. I think the market determines the value, not the other way around, right? Value, the regard that something is held to deserve. So you don't tell yourself what you deserve, right? Or what the importance, the worth, or usefulness of something. A person's principles, standards of behavior. Well, that's not the context it's talking about. It's not talking about his principles. It's talking about how he should be seen. But he's doing the determination of that by himself. All right, let's keep going.
ladies, my time is just as valuable as yours.
Okay.
So since my time is just as
All right, so this is a man trying to put everything into an exact science, okay? He thinks this is let's draw a line on the table, ladies, right? Anytime you find yourself explaining or mansplaining yourself to a woman like that, it won't work. It gets worse for you, okay? It's not only in this, because this is just a show, right? I understand this is not that deep. In real life, like listen, even in marriage, listen, I'm like you too. Like I'm a man. Like sometimes I want her to get where I'm coming from to really understand the point from a logical standpoint, right? But it fails 100% of the time. Not until she feels heard. She's very smart. But if she doesn't feel heard, if her feelings get caught up in this situation, she can't think. She's not able to, okay? She can't, okay? Because I'm the husband. I'm supposed to lead, right? And if I'm not leading yet, if I'm waiting for permission to allow me to lead, it will continue to fail. So it's not just, it's the same thing. Either you're dating, either your relationship is marriage, it's the same shit. I'm telling you, it's the same thing over and over again.
valuable as yours if you wasted my time and I wasted your time. It's either you're gonna pay or we're gonna split this bill because I'm not about to pay.
But
That's
why
how
she
it's gonna
gotta
work.
pay?
That
That's
sounds
I'm
like
confused
a
at.
petty man, not a
And
high-valued
first of
man.
all, how,
See, she gets to determine if you're high value, okay? That's not, listen, gentlemen, okay, this is, all right, I'm not pandering to her, I promise, okay? Let's be logical for a second. Just look up the meaning of value, right? It means how the market beholds whatever we're trying to value, okay? What they think is worth, what is a person willing to pay, what is a person willing to go through in this present moment in order to get your attention. That's what would determine value, okay? So now it's not just a even if you listen to Kevin Samuel's definition, it's not just the 6 figures, it's 6 figures over time, over a 5 years period of time, because they can find it, right? And it's a lot of other things, right? So let's keep going here.
why did the date go? Let's start with that. Why did the date go bad?
It's not me. It ain't me.
It's not. This man.
not me.
You think
This
this man?
The thing is, and this is what I always talk about, is accountability, right? So like, let's be a
The same talking words, points, accountability, pondering, you're simping, the same shit. Nobody's growing. No one is growing whatsoever. Accountability, let's see who is about to be held accountable right now. Accountability is a real thing. But if we're talking about those 4 fingers pointing at you when you're pointing at somebody else, then sure, you passed. But if you're talking about that one finger, it fails because it's just one. It's ineffective. You have to hold yourself accountable if you're going to do anything at all. At least you have to start with that.
adults for a second. Let's not buy into the hyper gender roles, and let's not buy into the hyper traditional roles, because everybody here.
So this is the confusion with young men. They want to be traditional, but they want to be modern at the same time. 50-50, right? And that's what he's talking about. 50-50. Let's not buy into the traditional blah, blah, blah. We need to make sure it's fair. The problem is that he doesn't live in that society yet. Maybe 50 years from now. So he's going to suffer and still blame it on the opposite gender.
Doesn't believe in traditional roles for certain aspects, right? So let's actually be adults that have an open mind for a second.
Let's be adults. This is the point where you ask women to be adults. It fails 100% of the time, okay? The more you ask her to be adult, the less of an adult she becomes. She's gonna be a woman, period. Okay, that's all it. The more, if you see the need to ask her to be an adult, it's gonna get worse. Let's watch this conversation get worse a little bit.
If I bring you to a place, or you bring me to a place, and we're not clicking, right? Me and you are not working out. There's something that is off. There is nothing wrong with saying, yo, listen, we don't work. We both took an L. Let's just chalk it up, and we're gonna split this bill and go our separate ways.
All right, so that makes logical sense, right? He's right that there's nothing wrong, but he's going to create a wrong impression. There's a difference between creating wrong impression and actual something being wrong. These things are never about right and wrong. He's right, right? But he's going to create a wrong impression. The impression part, right? The part where the young lady said, that doesn't sound like high value. That sounds like petty to me. She didn't say it's petty. She said it sounds like, it's kind of like, reminds me of Kay saying, it's not that important. The open-ended form of sentences, right? Exactly.
You said you're a high value man. It's just a couple of dollars.
But it doesn't matter. But now we're gonna go back to what Amanda said, and we're gonna talk about.
He's going to effectively attract some shaming and potentially insults from her.
Principles, right? So like, it's not
Principles, right and wrong, fault. Whose fault? Fair, unfair, holding accountable. Does this sound familiar?
even about the money, because people who go out to eat with me knows I'm usually the first to try to pull my card out to pay a bill. That's just how I am, because I'm not the type of person to let somebody have a bill. I don't even feel comfortable letting people have a bill. However, if the date is not working.
But you're making the same point. You're saying if the date is not working, I think that part is clear, then you deserve 50%. You deserve to not pay 50% of the bill. All right.
If the date is not working and I, Rico, Hundo, feels like I am wasting my time, I am not going to cover yours because I've already invested once. I'm not going to invest it twice.
I just feel like that's being cheap. Just pay the date.
Remember what she just said. She feels. She's not saying it's factual. They're speaking two different languages. If you want to interact with the young ladies, with the fine ladies, you want to take them out on a date, you want to marry them, you want them to fall in love with you, you're going to have to engage that feeling part. After everything, you said principle, you said fair. Well, you didn't say fair. You said principle. You said, let's just be open-minded. You use all those logical talking points, right? She ended up telling you, I just feel like you're just being cheap. She didn't say you're cheap. She feels like you're being cheap. Right? Let's see how that goes.
And just leave. Just do that as a man.
Why can't you pay the date?
She said as a man, that's an insult. Yeah. Now you attracted that insult, okay? In real life, it gets worse, right? Because it's not even spoken words. It's just people's vibes are off, right? And everybody's mad at each other, right? But at least they're talking right now, right? But you can even still feel that vibe. She's insulting now. She's shaming, insulting. Let's keep going.
Just be a man. Be a man.
Okay,
You're not
be a
being a man.
man.
And you said, you testing the water by making her pay the bill, to see if she got it. I know women that when they're going on a date, they wear their most expensive shoes, bags, act like they got it to get a high value man. They would do stuff like that
And
just to show you. But they're really after your money.
And that's why we do what we do, fellas, because we got women like that. Walk into
So now is engaging his feminine energy. When you say women like that, that's feminine energy. You're generalizing, right? You're now going to try. The need to be right is kicking in. Okay? You start to mansplain. It's all on and on and on. But again, the person you're talking to is speaking a different language altogether. And as the leader in society, a man, right? He just got shamed. Granted, he didn't get affected by that. Thank you. But some people are affected. Like, what do you mean, man? Are you a man? You know what a man is supposed to? Well, they know what a man feels like. They don't know how to be a man, but they can tell you what it feels like when they engage a man, right? And when they tell you that, I think it's wise to pay attention to it. Don't with a grain of salt, of course, right? But you pay attention to it, right?
to our atmosphere, hop into our car or hop into our Uber, and they go with us to the dates because they got on a bag, shoes, or heels and a dress that some other dude has bought, and they act like they got it. And
so now we're getting jealous. Another dude bought it, and then now you're engaged in the sign language yourself. Trust me, it just gets worse. Okay, it just gets worse. I believe him. Look at his face. He's not acting. I believe exactly what he's saying, but this is precisely why modern women, this is why modern men are struggling in the dating scene.